Hey guys, welcome to this level review. This one is different from the one I did on Scarlet, as it's scripted instead of just a practice run. I'll still be doing a practice run, but not nearly as in-depth. I've also beaten this level, Blaster, already. Possibly the most legendary level in my community that I didn't beat as the hardest, I got pretty frustrated with this level. Towards the end, I was just mad at the level and didn't really acknowledge how good this level is. Sure, the balancing is kind of stupid, and it isn't the most consistent, but it was pretty unexpected how hard the level was, and the level's faults were really being magnified. My reaction shows how much I hated the level at the time. Let's just roll the clip. Yes! Thank God! This level sucks, dude! Never play this! Oh my god, I beat it! Oh my god, it's over! Thank God, dude! I beat it! 100 demons! My opinion has definitely changed since then, and I want to give a full overview of this level now, over 4 months after I beat the level. Let's get right into the review, make sure to like and subscribe, and watch my quick streams from me being stupid, except live. And yeah, let's get started. First, I wanted to talk about the gameplay, as that's the main part I had to criticize about this level. I've always thought it looked cool. What I wanted to start with was the choke points and how choke point heavy this level is. I know a lot of people complain about the first ship, but I actually didn't find it to be too hard. Maybe just a small roadblock sometimes, but not a major issue. And my skill set is pretty much everything but ships, so that's saying quite a lot. Once you get into the 20s though, that's where it starts. The 27 dash orb is such a massive difficulty spike, and I tried to make that clear in the video where I beat this level. By the way, I'll link that video down in the description so you guys can check it out after this video ends. The rest of that section isn't too bad, but the next wave is pretty hard. While I found it to be incredibly consistent for how hard it is, you will still die to it quite a lot. I found the 3 clicks after the first blue gravity portal to be the hardest parts probably. The 2 fast clicks at 52 are also a bit too tight, but not a massive problem. The rest of the wave is fine, but then there's 61%. I died here 7 times. There aren't many issues with until the last ship, which has possibly the biggest choke point in the entire level. Going in between the saws at 92% took me a very long time to get consistent, and I'm very lucky that I only died there once. But then the final cube. This part is so difficult compared to the rest of the cube parts in this level, with extended quadruple spikes at double speed, which I died to once, and near impossible timing at 98% that I died to twice. I'm okay with the last click or clicks of a level being hard, but there's a fine line between an interesting challenge and an unfun difficulty spike. Overall, this gameplay could use a balance update, but it's still a pretty solid level. In fact, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that this is the best layout of this difficulty made on mobile other than Endless Stream by Dreamtide, which is one of my favorite extreme demons, so it's hard to top that. Also, a thing I brought up on this level in the video that I made about it is something I wanted to bring up again now. I'm really surprised that this level has as many choke points as it does since it was made on mobile. I'm a former mobile player who was on that version for about 10 months, so I have a decent amount of experience, I guess. Any choke point really stands out on mobile in my opinion, so I'm surprised that rustere didn't notice that parts such as 27 and 92 were way too hard. This is also partially the fault of Noob Looking Pro, the verifier, as he could have balanced the level when he was verifying it. Anyway, I've criticized the gameplay of this level enough. Let's move on to the atmosphere that this level provides. Probably the best part about this level is its atmosphere. The colors all seem to blend into each other, along with the glow usage being done the same way. Everything comes together to create this misty environment. First, I want to talk about the song though. The calmness it provides with the soft melodies and guitar lead calm you down quite a lot, and honestly makes it easier to grind this level out. This is similar to how people listen to lo-fi to help them focus while doing homework. This song helps you focus on beating the level and doing the timings right. Signwriter did a really good job on this track. Anyway, back to the level. In the first ship and ball, the flashes in the block designs and the frequent color changes start off the level right. This part looks realistic, but it also has this otherworldly vibe to it. The dark and minimal background also makes it clear that this level is happening at night, which gives you a sense of this level's theme. I'm not totally sure about it, but I think you're wandering through a forest or something similar, a natural landscape. But there's a blast of light coming at you to guide you through this unknown and dangerous place. This level is an Insane Demon. On the harder side, it's on the Insane Demons list, so I assume that it's meant to be a treacherous level. I think the level Blaster is not what people expect when they hear the name Blaster. Maybe they expect a generic glow-styled mega collab. But this type of blaster is a good one, a blast of light to guide you through the level. Anyway, back to the atmosphere analysis. There are some really cool particle effects in the next part, which add a lot. This part looks pretty realistic actually, a lot more than the last part. The line structures coming out of the darkness at the top and bottom kind of look like a leafless tree emerging from the abyss, almost. The way the blocks move in the robot around 40 almost seems lifelike. And the next wave is really where this level takes a shot and hits a bullseye. The fading color trips along with the glow along the bottom of the level is a perfect combination to give off a hazy atmosphere. The flashing crystals also make it seem like you're in a cave, which is transitioned very well into, keeping the same elements from the last part but making it feel more compact. Then the colors start to come in with the frequent bright flashes and the technological designs, making it seem like you're finally almost back to civilization. Then the last ship is very colorful, with bright blues, greens, and purples all being used. I'm colorblind, I hope I got those right, I'm not sure. I don't understand the last cube being completely monochromatic. I think it should be an all-white since this level gets more and more colorful progressively. Overall, this level really nails atmosphere, and while the block designs aren't as good as that, they're still very good. Let's get into critiquing those designs. When it comes to design, this level is on the simple side, but that isn't a problem surprisingly. The pulsing objects inside the lines are very minimal, but they work so well. The few ground spikes and 2 object saws also add to this. While a lot of the structures in this part fade out, none of the gameplay, such as the orbs and pads, do, which is as fair gameplay-wise as you can be with this effect in my opinion. This level gets more and more detailed as time goes on, which I feel like is a good choice, especially considering the theme I was mentioning earlier. The colors get brighter and more noticeable, and the block designs get more complex. Black glow is used perfectly throughout this whole level, but it starts getting good at the part at 23%. The block designs in this part are some of the best in the whole level, in addition. The entire part is made up by this 1x1 block design, which is surprisingly complex for just one block. There's a really cool radiating effect going across the design, which is hard to notice, but it really adds something to the block to make it shine in a way. The saws have a similar effect too. The block itself has some lines around it with a clutterfunk block, as I like to call it, inside of it. The crystals in the next part are a great contrast to the dull lines, and as I mentioned before, the atmosphere really shines in this part. And the part at 70 takes things from earlier in the level and adds some more effects to make a really interesting change of pace. There are pulsing objects like in the first part, pulsing saws from the second part, and pulsing colors to contrast blacks like the part before it. There is also a blur effect, which is done really well, along with a string of pulsing lines in the blocks. The final ship is probably the best part of the level, with glow being used well on a 1x1 design that sticks out of the ground. The simple 1.7 style block designs work really well with the glow that is used too. There's also some white objects sticking out of the ground which fade out really well, and the circles in them are just a good choice. It went from an okay design to a noteworthy one. I talked about this already, but I don't like how dull the last cube is. Just using layout blocks I feel is a big mistake. But yeah, that's it for the decoration. I don't know how this level is so sophisticated for being made on mobile. I'm going to do a quick practice run of it now, just to give a final opinion on the gameplay. Blaster, whichever one it is. Okay, Blaster. This level, if it'll ever load, one of the most interesting... Okay, here it is. One of the most interesting completions I've ever had. I RNG rolled this level, because yeah, I just randomly rolled a GDP Insane Demon to beat, and I rolled this level, or an Amber Insane Demon, like not just an easy Insane, or a pretty hard one. I'm on the verge of calling this harder than Acu, but I think it's a bit easier. Close though. So yeah, this first ship, well, it is like kind of tight for a beginning part. I think like the hardest part of the level, or the hardest part of any level, should probably be like 10 to 30. But yeah, it's not a big deal. This ball has some timings. I mean, they're not that awkward, but I don't know. I mean, the thing with this level, it's not really my favorite gameplay style. But this part is really fun. Like I first tried that. Okay, this level is not really my gameplay style. Also, you can do that, like, for some reason, no one does that. But I still really like it. Like, I don't really have many major issues with the gameplay style of this level. Oh, I have an issue with the lag of this level, though. It still works pretty well. Like, this level, even though I really hated it when I beat it originally, like, it's actually not that bad of a level. Yeah, there's definitely a reason why I beat this with LDM. It's a very laggy level. And if you don't know, waves with lag are, like, way harder. Like, your input delay is just worse. It's the same reason why waves are so much harder on 60. And for some reason I died to this part twice. Like, this part is really easy. Probably hard demon difficulty. Did I just first try the last cube of plaster? Okay. Yeah, that's it. I don't know whether to dislike or like this level. I'm just not going to do any. I don't even know about that either. Yeah, I don't know. Because thank you guys so much for watching this video. This was a pretty fun one to make. I like making scripted videos, even though they take quite a lot of effort. Yeah, I don't know. If you want to see more scripted videos, please tell me. And yeah, I don't know. I'll see you guys in the next video.